Hello. It's a trade of the day, Monday night / Tuesday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. Crypto CJ here, and we are trying to recover from last week's big dump of Bitcoin and most other coins. Let's go to the charts. We'll check it out. Okay, Bitcoin day chart here. And you can see here in the last few days, there's a big drop in the middle of the week. And then mostly sideways right around 70,000 seems to be support at the moment on Bitcoin. We're a long way from 100, well, about 30% from 100, getting back to 100K. And Ethereum broke below 2,000 in the 1800s for a couple of days, and it has bounced back to above 2,000. It's now reached this 2,500 support area I have from 5 or 6 months ago. But things seem to be leveling off. This could be the bottom, but who knows? I've been setting up shorts all week, and those have been usually been hit within a day. So there's some of this action going on most of the coins. We'll look at some of those. I looked up in Twitter and looking for some other news and not really seeing anything worth discussing. It does seem like we are holding support this area, at least for now. So, be careful out there. Go in small, keep most of your funds available for additional purchases if you use that method, the ladder buy method, or dollar cost averaging. Otherwise, employ a reasonable stop loss on your trades so you don't get stuck in anything. I'm stuck in a long. I'm kind of committed to it at this point on Link. So we'll see if that bounces back. I've got about 6 positions in that. Um, all right, so let's go over to our first free info source, Crypto Bubbles, and it's mostly red, but there's some green in there. DCR we looked at last week. Makers up quite a bit, 32%. We'll look at that shortly. Let's sort by the day here, and we'll have our list. And again, Maker up 32%. See if that's on my list. It's been a while since I've looked at that one. No, it's not. It's not on many exchanges. Huh. It's on Binance. Take a quick look at that. I expected to see this one on more exchanges. And now this one's not loading. Huh. All right. Well, there's not much volume on this. I don't think we're going to look at this one. All right, let's see what else we have to look at. Maker doesn't seem to be that available. Stable rain. I'd rather look at something I know is on a exchange I like to trade on. Um, but I will look at some of these new ones sometimes. Stable and rain. Let's look at rain. It's on KuCoin. All right, well, here I am on my day trading layout, 15-minute chart using supply and demand visible range by Algo for support and resistance. Green zone down here is support, red zone resistance. I've got the RTI, Relative Trend Index, I use for alerts and entries, and cumulative delta sometimes for confirmation. So at the moment, the RTI is above the 80 and has dipped, and it's going sideways. So I'm not really getting a good indication that this is necessarily a short trade, but this is the kind of thing I look at when it breaks above the 80 and then dips down again. That can be a short trade. When we have this action here, when it dips below the 20 and breaks back up, that's a long trade. That's a dip and a retrace. So this scenario here is my favorite to trade usually. So it's not really, you could do a short on this if that's possible. I don't know if this coin has the volume to justify longs and shorts on an exchange. So I think I would rather take this as it's a spot trade. So your alert looks something like this. Right click on the RTI, add an alert, condition, crossing up. You can choose that one if you just want to look for a long. If you want to look for both directions, click on the show more. You'll get more options. In theory, anyway. There we go. Entering a channel. This is what I like to do when I'm trading both directions. 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Message. Usually my information source is just crypto bubbles at this time. Notifications, notifying the app on my smartphone. Show toast notification. That'll be pop up on my laptop. Play a sound also on my laptop. And this is the one I use for day trades. But you can choose whichever you like. And click create, and you're good to go. I think I'm going to pass on this one. All right, let's go to, let's look at this as a swing trade. And that layout will be on the hour chart. And same indicators for support and resistance, then SuperTrend for alerts, and Trendilo LSMA, it's moving average indicator for confirmation. The indicators are on board, but we're right at resistance, and these hour candles are trending down pretty hard. So I don't really like this as an entry on a long trade. I'd rather catch it. Actually, I don't really see any good entries here. This buy signal, no. None of these were that good. This buy signal here was eventually confirmed, but then it went down. So yeah, I'm not seeing really any good entries on the hour chart. So in that situation, I'll go ahead and go for a longer time frame, say the 4-hour chart. And yeah, again, we're at resistance on the 4-hour. And pretty much the rest of these on this rain coin. So I don't really like any of these scenarios for a swing trade. You can set an alert up here, a price alert, see if it breaks through resistance, and then see if you want to get in if it's like a runaway coin or something. But I think I'd pass on this as a swing. All right, let's go back to crypto bubbles, look at one more. Something I can trade both directions. Look at Monero. It's XMR, isn't it? Yeah, XMR. don't know if this is on my list or not. No. Okay, it's on a lot of different exchanges. Kraken, KuCoin, and Blowfin I'm going to be talking about with some frequency. I've entered a partnership with them, and so I'll be promoting their exchange. They do not require KYC or a VPN in the US, so most of my attendees are from the USA. Um, so that is an exchange you can use. I've used it from time to time for some of the more exotic coins I look at, and it usually has them. So let's go ahead and click on Blowfin. And we are above the 80 on the RTI, at resistance on the day trade layout. So in this, I would probably look for a short for it to take a dip and break down, for it to dip below this 80. Something like this would be a good move. So my alert will be right click here. Entering a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom, and crypto bubbles, and notification, click create. And I've got my rectangle set up here, so if it dips below the 80, possibly during this broadcast, that could be a short that I take. We'll see. It's always good to check Bitcoin too before you take a trade and see if its direction is following what you want to trade. All right, so that's the day trade. Let's look at the swing. Back to the 1 hour. Okay, looks quite a bit better than what we looked at on the other coin. We've got a buy signal, a bunch of green candles in a row, trending up like a 45-degree angle, and the LSMA is also turned. So this looks good on the swing, and retrace potential to the red zone is 13.5% in 5 days. That's a pretty good swing trade. So not financial advice, but this might be one you want to investigate. XMR, and if you're interested in joining Blowfin, email me or go to the recording of this. The link will be in the pinned comments. So I think we both benefit from that. All right, so that's XMR. Monero looks pretty good as both a day and a swing trade. So, Carol, is there anything you want to look at on crypto bubbles before we move over to another?
No, I looked at that earlier
Okay.
today. I was looking at, let's see, what did I look at earlier today? Kite. I looked at Kite earlier today. It had a pretty good bubble. Oh, that was this afternoon, our
Hmm.
time, so it would have been early morning your time.
Hmm.
But Kite had a pretty decent bubble, and I looked at it at that time. But that's
Okay.
about it.
Pike, Pike,
Kite.
Kite, Kite. Not heard of that one, but wow, that's on Coinbase. And okay, this one's more prevalent than I thought. It's on Blowfin too. Yeah, there's a pump here, still above the 80 on the RTI. So if you want to short it on Blowfin, you can. You can also trade a spot on Coinbase, looks like. So yeah, let's look at the swing. All right, it's at resistance on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, this might be the recent high for this coin, looks like. Yeah, so this is like all-time high for this coin. I'm on the week chart, and that's the all the way up here at 19 cents. Seems to be the high for it. Okay.
Now, if you haven't been watching PAXG, it's been doing fantastic lately.
Yeah, it's a gold. I think we looked at that last week. Let's look at that. Yeah, it's all over the place too. Um, Look at Coinbase. So it's at resistance on the 1 hour. It's got some room to move on the 4 hour. Buy signal, Trendilo pointing up, and 10% in 11 days. Not bad, but not great. I like a little more than one. I like to get 1% a day on my swing trades, but it's worth a look.
Yeah, compared to the rest of the market, though, it's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, it has bounced back last several days. All right, so let's go over to CoinGecko, my other free source. And we'll see some overlap with crypto bubbles, but when we sort, we'll get a few more options. Try that again. All right. Quant up almost 6%. That's one I used to swing trade last year. H bar up a little bit. It's another one I traded earlier this year. Pepe, we've looked at a few times in the past. Probably look at XRP up slightly. Let's look at Quant. I used to hang around $100 all the time. It's on Coinbase. Can I short this on Blowfin? No, here we go. There's a swap contract, perpetual. If it's perpetual, that's usually something you can trade both directions. So it's at resistance, has not broken through the 80 yet. So that could be a good one. And it dipped down to 65, then made a move up to 69. So right about here, 6%, 6 hours. That's a good day trade, real good. So this one is probably a candidate to trade both directions. I'll go ahead and set that up. Entering a channel, 80 and 20. Coin gecko. And click create. That's when I'd probably have to trade on Blowfin and keep an eye on it. Okay, swing trade. Okay, 1 hour. We're at the resistance there. I don't like that. 4 hour chart looks better for retrace. And the indicators look good. Buy signal on SuperTrend, Trendilo pointing up, and retrace potential. 21%, 21 days, not bad. So yeah, I'm kind of on the fence on this one as a swing. Um, Not bad as a day trade though, if you're looking for a short. I Overall with Bitcoin sitting at 70K, and then usually I switch this over to my day trading time frame, which is a 15-minute chart. I look to see what it's doing on the 15-minute before I take the day trade. Right now I've got strong candle action up on Bitcoin, so yeah, probably be looking for longs this morning, my time. So if that short goes off, I probably don't take it. But if it dips back down, breaks back up like this, then be more inclined. All right, so that's quant, and the other one I wanted to look at H bar. Yeah, that's on my list. Okay, it's above the 80 at the moment. The last time it dipped below the 20 and broke back up, made a really nice move. So that happened right about here. And 3%, 6 hours, it's a good day trade. So I think I'll set this alert. Trade both directions. All right, so this one is ready. Again, the short most likely will go off first, but I'm hoping to see something like this to get in. All right, let's look at a swing trade. And we're just below resistance on the hour chart, though the indicators are on board. Let's see, 4 hour chart. More retrace potential on this one. Indicators still on board. And then 20% in 19 days, not bad for a swing. So could be a decent swing, but I'll probably stick to it as a day trade. All right, and let's go. Running a little low on time, so trying to keep these at about a half an hour. Let's go over to my last free source that I've been using lately, crypto community sentiment, coin market cap. Sentiment's been pretty low on crypto overall. I mean, if Tron's your most bullish coin, that's saying something. Maybe we'll look at that one. There's Stellar again, Sui XRP, Link. I'd like to see Link break $10 and I'll be out of that trade. Um, Doge, Pepe, H bar. All right, most of these are coins I trade with some frequency. Shib, Sui occasionally. Casp I haven't traded before. Let's look at Tron. I almost never trade that as a day or a swing. It's above the 80. It's looking like the other coins we've been looking at. Um, I'm not sure if I'll set up an alert on this or not. Got a sell printing here. Indicators disagreeing. Retrace potential. Not much. Less than 2%. 4-hour chart looks a lot better visually. I don't know if it doesn't move that much, which is why I don't trade it very often. 12% in 21 days. Yeah, I don't like it. And get out of this one. All right, let's look at something where I actually trade with some frequency. XRP and Link. Look at XRP. So above the 80 on the RTI, close to resistance. So this is when you could trade both directions. Um, Set your alert accordingly. And as a swing, buy signal, Trendilo pointing up, retrace about 6.5% in 3 days, 10.5% in 5 days. That's pretty good. That's probably the one I'd be more interested in as a swing trade. So yeah, 10% in 5 days, not bad. All right, well, I think I will wrap it up here. Anything you want to look at before we wrap it up, Keck?
Oh, doing good. Good to catch up with you.
Yeah, you
I'll try to
too.
catch more of your sessions.
All right, sounds good. And a quick message. I mentioned earlier, if you are struggling to find some of these coins or you can only trade them on spot, you want to trade but more on leverage, 5x, 10x, I suggest you have some consistent success as a spot trader before you dabble with leverage. But we're all adults here, so you might want to check out the Blowfin exchange. My link will be in the comments, pinned comment in this recorded portion of our broadcast today. If you want something sooner, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com and I'll send you my link. And I think we both benefit from that. So,
Okay,
um,
sounds good. See you
yeah,
later.
yeah, good stuff. So, no KYC,
What time of
no
day, what time of tomorrow is it at your location?
8:35 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
you're about 24 hours ahead of me then. Okay.
almost 12 hours, I think.
Well, I got 9 at night. So you got what? I thought you said it was evening there.
No, it's 8:35 a.m.
Oh, AM. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 12 hours ahead of East Atlantic time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
All
Good to see
right,
you.
you too. And we'll wrap it up here. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.